Very good morning, students. Today, welcome to this e-classes, online classes. I am Mr. A.K. Das, your history sir. Today, we will discuss medieval Indian history. Unit 1 Sources. Just before going to discuss about sources, I would like to say, my dear friend, about history, the division of history. You know, the Indian history is it's divided into three periods. First period is ancient Indian, second one is medieval, and third one is modern. The in these sessions we will discuss the medieval Indian history from 750 AD to 1206 AD. So this is purely this periods covers the Sultanate and the Mughal periods. The first unit, the first unit we will discuss the sources. Before going to discuss about the sources, we should know what is sources. Sources, anything or materials from which something comes or obtained. Generally, I can say that things from which we can gather information, things which we can gather information, that is sources. So generally here I would like to say one thing. The sources of medieval Indian history divided into two: literary and archaeological sources. Literary sources and archaeological sources. Literary sources means साहित्यक बा साहित्य उपादान. So here you know these sources are the mirror of history. Without source we can't go to history, we can't get authentic information, we can't go to the details of any rulers or others. So here I would like to say, my dear friend, we will discuss in this session the literary sources of medieval periods. The medieval periods broadly divided into two phases. First one 750 to 1200, and or we can say 8th century AD to 13th century, and the rest one is from 13th century to 18th century. Generally in India, if you go to the European history, then there you will get the medieval period started from 5th century, but in India that is started from 8th century. The here literary sources, we will discuss the literary sources. Welcome to this session, my dear friend. The earlier I have told you about the sources, historical sources, at their most basic level, something that tell us about history. It may be a document or a picture, a sound, a recording, a book, a cinema film, a television program, or an object, any sort of artifact from the period in question that convey information can qualify as source. So my dear friend, we have enough sources to get information about medieval Indian history. Medieval rulers used to give shelter to historians here who describe the rulers and their conquering campaigns. Generally, I have told you this mostly this medieval periods literatures cover from these two periods, Delhi Sultanate and Mughal periods. Mughal literature is more available than the Sultanate periods. These sources are mostly written in Arabic and Persian language. So most of the sources of Mughal periods have been written in Persian language. These historians provide information about political military activities of most sultans and emperor, and this gives us less information about social and economic status of the people, for which we have to resort to contemporary literatures. Here I would like to give some literatures of the foreigners, foreign accounts, that is also come under the literary sources of medieval period. First, we will discuss about Al-Biruni. You know, Al-Biruni was a foreigner, and in India it comes with Mahmud of Ghazni. He was interested in medicine, religion, philosophy, and mathematics. He was also well known for, Hindu religion and philosophy. What he wrote? His book is Tahqiqat-e-Hind. Tahqiqat-e-Hind. Next, we'll go to another historian's name, Utbi. Utbi. Utbi composed the book Tariq-i-Yamini. This book written in Arabic. Then we come to Firdausi. These are the historians who had given a bunty of literatures to the medieval periods. Firdausi, who was also a contemporary of Mahmud of Ghazni, he wrote the book Shahnama. Then Hasan Nizami, he was also a court scholar of Qutbuddin Aibak, and he wrote the book Taj-ul-Masir. Then come to another great historians, Amir Khusro. He had composed many books. One of the most books is Kiran-ul-Sadam. In his book, he has written about Delhi at that time called as Hazrat Delhi. This book written by them in verses. This book describes the story of Balband's sons Bugrakha and Kaikubat. Then come to Fakir-e-Mudawir. He also another top historians of that period. His books Adab-ul-Wasat, he had given information about Turks' war system. They jump to Minhaj Siraj. He was in the periods of Iltutmish, composed Tabaqt-i-Nasiri. In his book, he had given the details of Iltutmish and described up to 1260. Then Tughlaq-Nama, it gives description events of the time of Ghiyasuddin Balban. Then Tariq-e-Firuz-Shahi, then Badar-e-Chacha, Diwan-e-Cha, Shahnama. These books were written by the then period historian. Then Isami. Then another top one is Ibn Battuta. Ibn Battuta composed a book named Rela. It was resident of Morocco, and Muhammad bin Tughlaq was contemporary. In Indian 133 AD, he came to India. Ibn Battuta was in the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, but on being found guilty of corruption, he was removed. My dear friend, these are the informations of literary sources. We can gather information about the medieval periods. Another top one is Al-Umari. Then Sam-e-Siraj Afif, he also wrote a great book Tariq-e-Firuz-Shahi. Then the most important one, that is the Sufi literatures. Sufi literature also called as Malafuzat, and the many books, that is Amir Hasan Siji. This the book written by this author is Fawad was Quad. Then Nijamuddin Aulia, this is a conversation of Nijamuddin Aulia described. Then Hamid Kalandar. These are the literary source from we gather information about the medieval periods. Generally, medieval periods based on the Muslim periods. You know who was the founder of Muslim rule in India? Muhammad Ghori. Though the Arab invasion, took place in 8th century AD, but really Muhammad Ghori in 13th century he founded the Muslim rule in India. These are the literary sources. In the next class, we will discuss about the archaeological sources of medieval periods. Dhanyavad. Thank you.